Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Ami. We are from SIG Group. We will explain about foundation of physical skill. With me, M.Raihan Ghifary.
My name is M.Alif Ardi.
My name is M.Reynaldi.
Okay, and the first slide will explain with Reynaldi.
Physical skill is one of several components that must be of use for a presentation to be successful. A speech information cannot be fully communicated with words alone. Your posture, eye contact, verbal inflection, and hand movement all convey information. Body language is the use of physical behavior, expression, and mannerism to communicate non-verbally. It's typically done naturally rather than on purpose. Your posture, tone of voice, quantity of eye contact, gesture, and other nonverbal behaviors can all send important information. They can either comfort people and win their trust. An audience will receive a positive, assured, and convincing message through a strong physical performance. There are 4 different skill areas represented in the physical message. 1. How we stand and how we hold our bodies. Your posture communicates a lot about you and how you are perceived by others. Communication is hampered by poor speech and unprofessional posture that distract listeners. An oral presentation requires the right posture to captivate and gain the audience trust. A good body posture to start a presentation is to have our legs stand up straight as wide as our shoulders, then to put our hands together in front of our stomach. We want to create a good impression by standing straight with confident and friendly manner. Bad posture includes standing sideways, keeping our shoulders or legs moving, staring at the ceiling, or even staring at the floor to avoid eye contact. Instead, this bad posture and body movement we should avoid when presenting. 1. The shuffle. The speaker's feet alternately move backward and forth as if the ground beneath them were a bed of blazing coal. 2. The sway, as if on a ship in the middle of developing storm at the sea. The speaker continues to rock side to side. 3. The stand. The speaker stands solely on a single foot with the other bent at the knee. The toes of the solid foot bruising against the heel as though to relieve a nagging itch.
Okay, the next is eye contact. This is how we maintain eye contact with the listeners as we speak. When presenting a topic to a group of individuals, you want to establish a connection since a connection might be seen as a link or a bond. Because maintaining eye contact during the conversations is essential for conveying emotion or attention. You should think about the message you are trying to get across. The next is gestures. Gestures are the movements of our hands to help convey a message. Presenters can communicate their thoughts more effectively and articulately while also gaining the audience trust by using genuine gestures and body language. Gestures used by presenters can convey excitement and intensity, which draws the audience attention and keeps it. Gestures are also quite important when speaking in public. You run to the risk of making awkward looks throughout the speech and disturbing the audience if you don't use gestures properly, which might prohibit you in having a desired impact on them. BB 2015 suggests some bad behaviors to avoid in the gestures. The first is parade rest. When you keep your both hands behind your back, you can look like a soldier doing a parade rest. The second is broken wing. Another common posture is the broken wing pose, which includes standing, including one arm on the hip. A double broken wing is worse than a broken wing just because it is and tiles both hands resting on the hips like this. The third is rocket hands. Keeping both hands in your pockets can give the impression that you are reluctant to part with your keys or your change. And these some gestures to assist in conveying the message in speech are the first, numbers. When we are say something with numbers. For example, I have 3 reasons why smoking is dangerous for our health. We hold 3 fingers. The second is length of things or period of time. For example, when we want to say the river is long, we hold hand are open and separate to give space in between them to illustrate the length of the river. The third is contradicting. When we want to show contrast or comparing something, we use our 2 hands to illustrate. For example, when we want to say the population in Indonesia is a lot higher than Brunei Darussalam, we put one higher than another to illustrate this. Yep.
For voice, modifying our voice tone to emphasize certain words. Voice inflection, also known as intonation, is the process through which we alter to the tone or pitch of our voice while speaking in order to clarify our meaning or reveal our emotions. According to Harrington and Levy 2009, there are 3 ways to alter your voice. The first is stretching. When we stretch, we could like to emphasize something. We do it by saying some words longer than the other words. For example, long life is a long journey. The word long is stretched to make the period impressed in the message become stronger, and we would like to make our audience feel how long the journey of life is. Example is how long, like that. And the second is stressing. Similar with stretching, stressing is also used to emphasize a point in speech. Some words can be stretched. Some other words are better of to be stressed. For example, watermelon is packed with energy. The word in capital is stressed by meaning we should say it louder and we stress it more than other words as an emphasis because we would like to inform how full of nutrients a watermelon is. And the third, pausing. Pausing are also important when we want to make our utterance clearer. When we pause, we give the audience a chance to absorb every single word. Of course, pausing cannot be done all the time. We use pauses when we want to make some parts of our speech easier to remember because they are key points of our message and we want our audience to remember them. An example of pause is we can create peace together. When we pause, we give few seconds between words and don't stress them because are done slowly to create the dramatic feeling in the utterances. Some some factors in working on our voice in a speech. First, a volume. Most important from our voice as a speaker is that should be clearly heard but is in the proper volume. That is not to shout and not to whisper, to increase vocal power. And second, clarity. Articulation is crucial as well in speaking. Speaking with clarity means we articulate the words we say completely. We should not be lazy to open our mouth fully and to have vivid and full articulation. Okay, guys, thank you for attention. Oh, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.